Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. This is Maria Moment. We will continue reading our book Paradise Under Your Feet. Muslim Identity, Peer Pressure, and the Social Environment. We will continue from this chapter. So this is now part 2. Although technology has many benefits, one should also be aware of the harm that might be lacking and underneath. Cell phones, iPod touches, iPads, etc. are now part of common household vocabulary. There are very few children who do not have any of these gadgets. Before giving in to children, constant requests to get them a cell phone or an iPod touch, parents need to ask the questions. Do you really need it? Children may need a cell phone for a safety reason if they have to walk to school by themselves or are without supervision. Otherwise, the younger the child is when getting a cell phone, the harder it is for them to handle it responsibly. In fact, many problems in society are being caused by the misuse of cell phones. Children can waste hours in texting while sitting in meetings. They have their mobile phones in their hand and either texting is in progress. Games are being played or photos are being viewed or taken with their phones. Not only is time wasted, but these youngest become oblivious to their surroundings. While addressing Atfal in Germany, Hazrat Khalifa Tumisi the fourth, may Allah be his helper, said, there is a whispering problems here of children demanding their parents to buy them mobile phones. Some are only just 10 years of age and say that they should have a mobile phone. Are you doing some sort of businesses or are you doing some kind of work in which information is required to be accessed every minute? When asked, the reply, we need to call our parent. If needed, your parent will call you themselves. If your parents are not worried, there is also no need for you to worry, because phone can also lead to bad habit. Through phones, some people contact children directly and then tempt them and insist them to bad habits and involve them in incident activities. So the mobile phone is also a very harmful thing, due to which children lose all good sense and get involved in wrongdoing. So avoid this. One way to handle this is make rules for cell phone use and discuss limits and boundaries, especially concerning downloading of apps with children. At this age, parents should reserve the right to support check their text and messages occasionally. Know that a computer is a necessity these days, but a cisgender or a seventh gender may not need an email account. Many parents seem to fall into peer pressure themselves when their children went to high-tech gadgets because their own friends' children have them. Children should be taught the importance of live, face-to-face communication rather than the kind that is achieved through emails or texting. This is no dearth of information available about the dangers of social media, such as Facebook. Khilafat Messi the Fourth, may Allah be his helper, has clearly given directive against the uses of social media such as Facebook. Parents should teach children to use technology in a way that does not hinder the Islamic way of life. Television is another source that can introduce non-Islamic values into a household, which can have an adverse effect on the upbringing of righteous children. Today, almost everyone has access to cable television or satellites TV. There are a greater number of channels to choose from, but if one is not careful, children may be exposed to programs which are not in line with Islamic values and teachings. Granted that there are many educational channels such as the Discovery, National Geographic, History, etc. However, even some seemingly innocent children are shown may not represent the best moral values. Thus, the parent has to be vigilant about whatever the children are watching on television, and it should point out the good values being expiated therein, especially those that are also Islamic, as well as those that are non-Islamic. May Allah be our helper. All parents, it's very, very difficult nowadays that the social media handles is all over the places, and our kids are having their cell phones on them. They are having their laptops on them. They are having their iPads on them. So we need to be very vigilant as parents. It is not easy. We are in a difficult way. This time around, training a child is very difficult. So parents, we need to be very, very vigilant. The routine of our kids have to be very important to us. We need to be an eye open when it comes to the training of our kids. We are righteous and we want our kids to be righteous. We need to be very careful. We need to start with prayers. We need to continue with communication. We need to continue with their routine. Sometimes it's very difficult for even to take the telephone from the kids. They have to do their homeworks. They have to pray. They have to read their Quran. It's very, very difficult. But we give birth to them, so they have to get their routine. It's very difficult task. But we, the parent, have to make it very easy for us. There have to be a routine. So please, all parents, we need to be careful nowadays. The kids, even they make friends on telephone. They learn a lot of things on telephone. That's what the book is telling us that. And our Hilafat, may Allah be his helper, he advises that we need to be very careful of social media handles. Even we, the parents, now we are like peer pressures, because we are all also on social media. So we don't even get time for our kids. So it's our task to train our kids for them to become writers. May Allah be our helper. May we always continue to pray. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us wisdom and knowledge and to encourage us so that we can train our kids, because nowadays it's not easy. Because all internet is all around. If you're in a bus, you have an internet. If you're in a train, you have an internet. Every corner you go, the kids, they have internet. They have their cell phones. So it's Allah who will help us, who will give us wisdom. The friends our kids are mingling on social media, we don't even know. The people they are meeting on TikTok, on Facebook, on all social media handles, we are not aware. So may Allah be our helper. But all the same, we need to be vigilant. We need to know what the kids are doing. We need to talk to our kids. It's very important. May Allah be our helper. May Allah listen to our prayers, our tears in our sujood, so that our kids will become what we want them to be. Our kids will become righteous. May Allah be our helper. Allahumma amin.